A strong indication of a stand aside might indicate that we need to discuss the point a little longer, with an option of again forming a working group around that. No, but a stand aside might be good for those people who would just like to express that they don't necessarily agree with something, but they're willing to still let it pass. Any other questions? And can I just ask that these questions are clarifications on what I've already said and not additional proposals?
It's just exactly, it is an proposal, but it's a very small proposal that the person's holding in mind doesn't do the hand signal. Because we can't see both hands when you go, and this is where you do it, and this is how you do it, you go, and this is how you do it.
That's a good point. For future facilitation, I might need someone, a dummy over, not a dummy, someone else to do the do the hand signals for me. That's not a bad suggestion at all. Another question, please.
Can I say something?
You have to go through the speaking list.
So you'll meet the...
Yes?
So name again was Gary. So Gary's media.
I'll just comment to one of the points
That sounds like a legitimate question, but I think it might be out of place in the agenda. I'm asking for questions on clarification of the process. So maybe, yeah, there should be facilities for asking that question. Any other questions on the process? Yes?
I just have a observation. Can you repeat back what people are saying because I can't hear anything?
You want me to repeat back?
Well, just, yeah, if you can, or if people can speak up because you can't hear anything.
Okay, yeah. I will try as best I can to repeat the questions. That was a question that is probably not relevant to what I've just said, so I didn't repeat it. I hope.
But there was one before that.
Yes, and please indicate if you want me to repeat something back and I've forgotten to do it.
Can I just ask, if you have a question, can you perhaps go up to the front and ask it? Because it means that each question is being asked twice, and it's really slowing things down. So instead of you repeating everything, if it's convenient, can someone please go up and speak straight to the mic?
So to repeat that question. Please come to the mic if you can, if you feel comfortable to ask the question so I don't have to repeat it. There's a block on that, so I guess you would like to speak to that?
Excessive use of the loudspeaker will gerrymander the process. I would like to propose a possible alternative. Questions from within the audience could possibly use the human microphone in order to be heard.
This is another question of the procedure. It will probably need further discussion in a working group. For tonight, I might suggest that we continue with the first suggestion that ask the question through the mic if you feel comfortable, otherwise I will repeat it. We might work towards human mic later on. Any other questions on the process of how we produce consensus? Being indicated to roll it on. Oh, I forgot to say, if you feel that a speaker is, or you'd like the point to move on, you indicate that. Oh, here we are, that problem again. Can I have someone indicate? Yes, it's the rolling arms, the rolling hand. That's how you would like things to speed up. You are more than welcome to indicate your agreement or your enthusiasm by doing your jazz fingers like that, show how happy you are. If you don't like a point or you are feeling disagreeing with someone's talking, please indicate that by downward fingers. Everyone, downward fingers. There we go. I think that's it. Is there any other? Oh, and point of clarification is indicated with the C. Everyone give me a C. Excellent. Thank you very much. So we have a consensus. Show me consensus. Okay. Show me stand aside. Excellent. Show me block. Show me I don't like what you're saying. Excellent. Show me hurry up. Okay, there we go. I did great. Another question?
Sorry, yeah, just one more question. If you ask, you say, does everyone agree? And all those agree go like this. And then you say, does anyone disagree? You still go like that if you disagree.
If you disagree, I will try and keep this very precise. I will ask for consensus. I will ask for stand aside. And I will ask for block. And I will try not to mix the terms. So, now we need to develop the points on which we will make decisions about tonight. Jesse's just going to step in and explain how this might work in terms of the various roles of the facilitators.
Okay, thanks everyone. So just to reiterate, so this is what we worked out in the working group before this, and I think there are probably going to have to be daily working groups on facilitation, and that will be discussed in the facilitation agenda item. So how it's going to work, the process is, once we've got an agenda going, and so we're speaking on a particular topic, if you've got anything to say at any point, you've got a proposal, a suggestion, a question, anything, you have to get the speaking list taker's attention. And the speaking list taker will be up here somewhere. They're going to be constantly scanning the crowd. You put your hand up and you wait until they acknowledge you. If they're ready for you to come up, they'll give you the nod to come up. If they're not, they'll just acknowledge you and they'll take your name down. So you wait to come up only once you've been asked by the person taking the speaking list. Once you get up here, there'll be the support people, the facilitator support people, and their job is they're going to ask you what have you come to talk about. They're just going to check that you're talking about the agenda item that we're talking about, that you are relevant, you're on topic, and also things like are you speaking for or against it. So if you've had a lot of people speaking for it and there's someone against it, you might push them up, things like that. So that's what the facilitator support people do, is just help that roll along and make sure everyone's staying on the agenda and things like that. So it's really important that no one talks to the facilitator directly, no one shouts out. You can only put up your hand and speak through the speaking list and come and talk to the facilitator support people. This is what I guess I'll propose that's okay with everyone, just for this meeting, just for now, and this is an ongoing thing. So yep.
Can we have consensus on that, please? Thank you. Any stand aside? Any block? Congratulations. You've done it. Okay. The next thing we have to do is develop the kinds of decisions that we need to make. So I might ask that you start to think about what are the decisions that we as a General Assembly need to be made. So be very conscious of whether this is something that is a decision that the whole group needs to be made, or whether this is something you can maybe work out in a group. And be aware that we are now on the agenda item of decision-making section. The next agenda item will be announcements. There'll be an opportunity to make announcements then. Are there any?
Just to add to that, ideally the decisions that are presented to the General Assembly do come from the working groups. It's the general idea. But because we're still new camp, we're still getting our working groups together, and we already obviously have a few that are really active, but potential to do heaps more. Ideally those are the groups that bring forward decisions that they feel cannot be made within the small group because they affect everyone, and that's why they come to the General Assembly. Now, because we don't really have those groups just yet, we thought we would use the rest of our meeting basically for people to suggest things that they want to talk about and move towards decisions around them. In the in the process that was just outlined. That's clear. Yeah, so either you can you can make proposals, sorry, or you can raise issues that we then have discussion around. We have to do all these proposals to come to a consensus on the proposals.
Twisting that way.
Up and central.
Rotate the mic. Yeah.
Alright. So if I may just maybe clarify what Winnie was just saying, in this section, this might be a challenge. We are working towards clear proposals for a decision that needs to be made that affects the entire group. So if you are more than welcome to come up and discuss something that you would like to develop into a proposal. If you have a proposal ready to go, please explain it and state it in clear terms so that we can try and make a vote on that. I'll now ask for any additional questions. We have a question over there. No? Are there any other questions? Yes? Would you like to come and ask this question?
I know I'm not on the speakers list for this question, but I was part of the facilitators working group discussions today, and I'd just like to highlight that we came across in some of the reading we've done about the experience on Wall Street that a lot of the difficulties they've faced during this proposal-making stage of their General Assemblies is the sense that people come up and make proposals in a very, maybe not rushed, but there needs to be a discussion-based thing. People, I think what made proposals too quickly, basically, and people just wanted to get on with things, and that led to, I guess, a kind of breakdown in the process more than anything. So, yeah, I just ask that before people make proposals, they think through it and just, act on common sense and stuff.
We want to get the easy decisions done quickly. We want to have time to discuss the important things. I think